Hi guys, and welcome to the Masterclass. So this is a recording of the Masterclass that I am hosting on Monday the 16th of December at 7 p.m. I wanted to do a recording of this because I thought it'd be super useful for the ladies that couldn't make it, and I wanted it to be accessible because it's a really useful tool to sort of have and put in place for yourself if you are really thinking of smashing those New Year's goals in terms of health, fitness, fat loss, feeling healthier and fitter, whatever that might be. So during this session, we're going to be looking at the New Year blueprint to get you from A to B in terms of your fitness journey. Now, this is definitely a great thing for you if you are really wanting to kickstart the new year strong. You wanted some goals in place for 2025. You're wanting to make sure that you're not falling off track and it's not just a New Year's resolution that you don't stick to. And you want to make sure that you've got a solid plan that's going to actually get you to see results. In particular, if you're trying to lose weight or fat or body fat and you wanted to lose, say, 5 to 10 kg in the next 12 weeks, then this is the perfect place to start for yourself because it gives you the map, it gives you the blueprint to put in place. It'll give you all the tools that you need to make sure that you can achieve this goal. And that's what I'm hoping you'll come away from this session with. So I'd suggest you grab a pen and paper because we're going to need it throughout the session. If you can, I'd love you guys to pop up as we're going through or to have a chat together as we're going through. And yeah, what would be great is, and obviously if you're watching this back, then get in touch with me with any questions that you might have about it or about the blueprint and how it all works. And yeah, we'll go from there really. But let's dive in. Before we do that, I wanted to talk to you around sort of like my journey into health and fitness, because honestly, like my journey has not always been smooth sailing. I think it's so easy to look at this picture on the left here and think that I've always been in this place where I've been super confident, really into my fitness, training 5-6 times a week, whatever that might be. But actually we all started somewhere, and I wanted to share a little bit around my journey and sort of who I help and why I help those people in particular, because it's an important one really. So all these pictures on the right here are sort of like a younger version of me. And there's kind of a bit of a journey really, and it's mainly two different parts of why I got myself so invested in health and fitness, the gym and nutrition, to be honest. And I'm going to go through those different areas for you now. So when I was kind of finishing up uni, going into uni, I felt very unconfident in the way that I looked. I hated the way that I looked. I ended up losing a lot of weight as I sort of left sixth form. I think it was due to stress from exams. It was the only way I could kind of control, the only thing I could kind of control. So when I went into university, like I was just so unconfident. I didn't like the way I looked. I felt bloated all the time. I didn't enjoy I didn't feel like I looked nice in clothes. I found it really hard to find clothes that I liked. And I was so keen to get into fitness. However, I just didn't know what I was doing, and I had no clue what I was doing. And I think this, in a combination of bad diet, probably too much alcohol during my uni days, it was just really hard for me to find that routine. So I just plodded along for the next 4 years, as you do. Like, you don't know how to do something, it's so easy to just put it off. And then I started my teaching career, and these are sort of the photos that are kind of in that top right-hand corner, this one here. So when I started my teaching career, obviously anyone who is a trainee teacher or has done any sort of training like that, maybe if you're a nurse or a doctor, you know how intense that training can be. And I can say to you that that training was so difficult because I was really struggling to find time for myself during it. I threw myself into the work and the training. I found that I developed sort of like really severe sort of stomach pains around different anxieties. There was so many foods I couldn't eat, so much that I really struggled with, really struggled with my digestion. And basically I had to do a big deep dive into nutrition initially to work out the foods that I could eat and couldn't eat. That's a big part of my journey. And in the past, I've had to cut out sort of gluten, dairy, all sorts, but I have reintroduced all that now because I'm in a much better place. But that's why I'm really passionate about the nutrition side of things as well as the health and fitness. But the main part of my journey was because the only way I started to heal that process and look after myself a little bit better was to really take a look at my lifestyle at that time. I mean, I was 3 years into my teaching journey, and this photo here where I'm on a holiday, I remember it being taken and I just didn't feel like myself. Like I felt like I'd put on weight. I felt bloated all the time. I felt so uncomfortable. I hated wearing a bikini. And I know when you look at that photo, you're probably thinking, oh, I look at it now and I don't think that. But do you know when you're in that yourself and you feel you're on a holiday and you just feel like crap with everything you wear? I remember that holiday in particular, like I just felt so rubbish in everything I was wearing. Like the food was a massive issue. I couldn't eat hardly anything because of all these intolerances. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and it was just really tricky. And I remember thinking that I need to do something about this. I need to start prioritizing myself. So I really looked at my schedule, and instead of saying that I was going to go to work and do a 12-hour day at work 5 days a week for the duration of the term time, I really looked at it and was like, right, when am I going to prioritize myself? And I started leaving work earlier. I started going to the gym. I started training properly. I started prioritizing my nutrition. I started managing my stress. And what happened was that actually all of these things that was happening inside of my body just started to disappear because I was actually putting myself first to an extent. And I really understood then that by putting myself first and taking myself away from that environment and cutting down the hours that I was working in the school, I was actually showing up better the next day as a teacher. I was showing up with more energy. I was showing up with more enthusiasm. I was showing up with less sort of anger towards the job, because it's quite easy to develop anger towards a job when it's making you feel like this. And I was showing up with more confidence because I was obviously feeling better about the way I looked. I was showing up with more enthusiasm, and it just really, really helped in turn my career, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm really passionate because I think so many ladies get stuck in that trap of you're working so hard, working really, really long hours, and it's so easy to put yourself to the bottom of the pile and so easy to be like, oh, I've got to work. But actually, you're going to show up as a better version of you. You're going to perform better at work. You're going to be more confident. You're probably going to be able to be more like show up and actually put yourself out there a little bit more if you are working on yourself. And I am genuinely a big believer, like the more successful people in life are those that have that routine around their health and well-being. You don't see any millionaires out there who do not have a fitness routine in place. And I'm not saying we all want to be millionaires, but what I'm saying is that if you want to be successful in any area of life, like you need to have discipline around your health and well-being and your fitness. And I really understood that and realized that throughout that teaching career. And that's what led me to this point today, where it's my priority. It will always be my priority. I love my business, but my health has to be above that, because I can't show up as a good coach if I'm not prioritizing my health. And that's still how I feel about the process. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me and my journey. Within all of the midst of that, I did my PT qualifications and then decided to sort of leave teaching for good in the summer and started up Coach Chrissy full time, which was kind of lingering in the background beforehand, but started it up in full time in August. Since then, I've managed to coach since the August period, I've managed to work with over 100 ladies in different varieties and forms. And it's been a really, really exciting journey. And it's been so lovely to meet all the ladies. But just a bit about me and sort of who I am. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you around this session and what you're actually going to get out of this session and what you're going to go away with. I think it's so easy to come to these sessions and think, oh, I want you to actually go away with something that's useful and feasible for you to put into place for the new year. I want us to create a roadmap together for your personalized goals. I don't care about anyone else's goal. Like, you don't need to worry about anyone else's goals here, but your goals I want you to have a plan for. So this is what you're going to get out of this session. So number one, you're going to get some knowledge around how to set realistic goals and realistic expectations. Number two, you're going to know exactly how to lose that 5 to 10 kg in the next 12 weeks once you start the new year. Number three, you're going to learn around nutrition and what that's going to look like for you in terms of your goals. Number four, you're going to learn around working out and what you need to do in terms of exercise, a realistic approach around your goals. And number five, you're going to be looking at mindset. So you're going to be learning about what to put in place in terms of mental health wise, what to put in place in terms of your mindset to get you to where you need to be in the new year. This is really going to map out the next 12 weeks. You're going to know exactly what to do and how to show up. I don't want this webinar to go on for hours and hours. Nobody's got time for that on a Monday night, second to last Monday before Christmas. So we're going to power through it. We're going to get through it together, ladies, and we're going to absolutely smash it. And we're going to work on these goals together and get you to where you need to be. So let's have a little look at sort of what we actually want to achieve. So what is the one goal you want to tackle this year? I think that's a really, really important question to think about. And why are you here and why it's important to you? There is no point in you being sat in this room with me right now or even watching this back. If you are watching this back, this is a pre-recording for those people who are watching it back. So yeah, there's no point in you being sat in this room with me right now if you don't know your one goal that you want to tackle this year or what you really want to get out of this, and you don't know your why and you don't know why you are here, basically. So first of all, have a little think and write it down. What is your one goal you want to achieve this year? Is it to lose so much weight? Is it to feel fitter and healthier? Is it to make some more time for you? Is it to get stronger? Is it to show up so that you're losing the weight so you can show up as a better mom? You can show up better in the workplace. You can show up as a better partner. What is that main reason for you this year? Why do you want to lose that weight? And then I want you to dive into the why of that. So once you wrote down, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, write it down. What is the one thing you want to achieve this year? And try and be specific. I want to lose 5 kg. I want to be able to go and build a workout routine that I'm exercising 3 times a week without excuses. I want to stop my late night snacking. I want to stop my binge eating over the weekend. I want to feel fitter and healthier. Whatever that may be, get it down. Once you've done that, I want you to write down answer this next question for me. Why are you here today? What is the reason for you showing up and watching this masterclass? This is taking your time. It's not an easy watch. It's not like watching a vlog. Like, you actually have to think. So why on earth are you here today? What is the reason for you being at this masterclass today? What's making you show up for yourself here today? Write it down. Why are you here? What's the point? Why are you wanting to reach this goal? And then finally, I want you to have a think about this third point, which is why it's important to you. Not why it's important to anyone else. I don't care about why it's important to your partner, your kids, your friends, your mom, whoever that might be. Think about yourself. Why deep down do you really want to achieve this goal? Why do you want to lose that 10 kg? I don't care if it's as superficial as feeling like, oh, I want to look good in a dress. That is fine. Whatever the reason is, that is absolutely okay. It's your reason. Nobody can tell you you're wrong for feeling or thinking that. It's your reason. So why is it important to you? Why is it important that you achieve this goal? Why do you really want to lose that weight? Why do you really want to get fitter and healthier? Why do you want to feel like the best version of you? Once you've got them down, pause the video if you are watching back. Once you've got them down, I want you to keep that in front of you for the duration of this, because we're going to go back to those goals as we go through. We're going to be going back to them and really unpicking sort of their whys and hows. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of goal setting in this meeting, and that's going to be like a fundamental part to the whole meeting. And I want to talk to you around why goal setting, and in particular, effective goal setting, is so important. I think it's so easy for all of us to kind of set goals and put in place different goals and thoughts around different areas, but it's so easy for us to sort of neglect them and not really, you put them in place, and then you never actually meet them or never actually get to them. So why is effective goal setting important? So goal setting is so important because if we don't ever set goals, we're never going to start growing. It's so easy to plod along with life, just go to do your day to day and really show up at the bare minimum. I think that is so easily done. And the problem when we do that is that we don't go anywhere. Like, if you look at yourself from this time last year, has anything changed with your health and fitness? Be honest with yourself. Has anything changed? And the problem is when we do that bare minimum, it's so easy to just lose track of the time scale that we're looking at and lose track of where we actually want to head and where we want to go. And it just leads us to lots of problems of just not really progressing. That's why goal setting is so important. And it's something I do in every area of life, like not just my health and fitness, but this is so important. Next is we want to see the results. If you set goals, you can automatically see results from them because you are seeing the result from the goal that you're setting. If you don't set goals and you just see results, it's really hard to feel like you've achieved something because you're not linking it back to the goals that you once had. It's so important to set them goals and then go back to it and achieve those results and really see how you got on with them. Once you know how you've got on with them and you feel really confident about it, you can see that you've achieved those goals and you can feel super happy about it. It just makes you feel more motivated to continue and carry on that same path, basically. Number 3, we want them to be long lasting. Effective goal setting. Goal setting is easy. I can go to my journal and write down 5 goals right now, and that's easy. I can shut the book and never look at it again. But if you want to set goals that are realistic, they need to be effective and they need to be long lasting. That's why effective goal setting is so important, because you're not going to achieve your goals if they're not a long lasting sort of goal at all. So let's be honest now. What usually happens when you do set your New Year's goals or your New Year's resolutions? What are the things that happen to you? What shows up? What challenges do we normally face? Now, if you're sitting around at home, have a little reflection to yourself and have a think, because I know hands down that a lot of New Year's resolutions don't actually stay. If you want the exact facts for it, 78% of New Year's resolutions are over by the time February hits, which is crazy. It's only 4 weeks. So you're telling me that all these people set New Year's resolutions and don't achieve them. So why? What challenges are we facing? It's so easy to face these challenges and they happen every day. We fall out of habits. We get tired from work. We feel like the routine's dying out. We get influenced by friends and peers. We get influenced by loved ones to kind of do the things that we probably don't want to do. Maybe it's get influenced going out for meals, things like that. It's so easy to get dragged into those areas. And this is why we need those goals in place and effective goals in place so we can stay strong and make sure that we're still reaching those goals and getting to where we want to be. And we've got those goals in a halo. We've got those goals knowing that we want to reach them. They're important to us. That's what takes me back to our beginning point, what we were saying all the way back here. That's why the why is so important. I'm telling you now, if you do not have an important why for your fitness, you are not going to reach those goals. When something comes up, something crops up here, a challenge crops up here, it's going to be so difficult for you to say, oh no, I'm not going to do that, or no, I need to act like this, because you've not got a strong why. That's why your why is so important. And this is the step, this is the route to the goal setting. There is absolutely no point in setting goals if there is not a reason for you to do it. You need a why. It is so, so important. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And this is why today we're going to be setting up you for your new year with the absolute prime new year blueprint so you can get to where you want to be with effective goal setting. Once you know why you're here, and I can't really help you with that, you need to think about that and reflect on that yourself, then all you need is the recipe to put in place so you know exactly what to do to get to where you need to be. And that's what we're going to be going over today. We're going to be setting goals that actually work. We're going to be giving you the exact formula you need to drop 5 to 10 kg in the next 12 weeks so you can go away from this, reflect, get ready, and then January comes around, you can get started and hit the ground running. We're going to find a routine and a plan which works for you. We all have different lifestyles. We all have different routines here. This module is all about you finding what works for you. You find a routine and balance what works around your lifestyle as well. So that's why it's really important to be a part of it. Now, before we do that, I just want to show you some case studies from my current clients. So this is Neve. Now, Neve was somebody who went through something very similar to the 12-week roadmap, the blueprint that we're going to be going through today. But I just want to show you her because she's done an incredible job. So in just 12 weeks, she's lost 10 kg. She went from fear in the gym, not wanting to go in there, to training in the gym absolutely every single day. She went from not working out at all to training 5 times a week consistently, hitting her goals, hitting her set goals, and just absolutely smashing it. And the results are incredible. Not only has she lost the 10 kg, you can see around her waist, she has lost huge amounts. The photos are crazy in terms of the difference. She's more happy, she's more confident, and she's just absolutely thriving. And she used the exact formula that we're going to go through today to get to where she needs to be. So this could be you by the end of March if you put it in place and if you implement it and if you stay accountable. Next person, this is my other client, Victoria. She lost 6.3 kg in 12 weeks using this exact same formula that we're going through. She threw herself into the plan. She was again working out hardly any time before. She threw herself into it, made sure that she was getting those consistent sessions in, took control of her nutrition. Throughout the whole process, she was eating over 2,500 calories because she was incredibly active, and she still managed to lose the weight that she lost in those pictures. And as you can see, her confidence has increased. She's lost a huge amount of weight. She's looking amazing, and she just absolutely smashed her journey. Again, using the exact same formula we're going through today. This is why I need you to go and get a pen and paper. Get it in front of you because you're going to be using these tools, you're going to be using these tips to get yourself to where you need to be in the new year. This is the exact formula to get you to where you need to be. So don't miss out because we're going through it together. If you're live here and if you are one of the live people in the call, then that is amazing because I will have time with you to unpick your goals in a little bit more detail if you have any more questions. If you are not live and you're watching this pre-recorded version back, then message me on Instagram because I am more than happy to help you out with any of this. This is a free training. This is a free workshop. I want to give you the guidance and tools as much as possible to get you where you need to be. All you need to do is start your message with the word masterclass and I'll know where you're from, and then I can get back to you with any help or anything else that you need sort of elaborating from this. So let's have a look and get to work. So all of us are here because we've got a fitness goal. So for example, let's say you want to lose 5 to 10 kg in the next 12 weeks. Now the number one part with effective goal setting is that we need it to be clear, we need it to be concise, we need it to be effective. So we're actually going to break down these goals into 3 main pieces. Now these are the 3 pillars inside of my coaching at Coach Chrissy. These are the 3 main areas that we really focus on to get all of the ladies to achieve the results that they want to achieve. It's part of our formula. Now we look at exercise, nutrition, and mindset. Now I know you're thinking, oh, I know that's obvious. I know I need to do exercise. I know I need to do nutrition. But no, stop, because this is all about how you're going to put it in place in your lifestyle, how you're going to put it in place so it actually works. I'm going to show you exactly how. Now the first thing you need to do is draw out this little graph in front of you. So you've got a box at the top, you've got 3 boxes underneath. Make them sort of a little bit bigger than what they are on screen because you're going to be writing some notes inside of those boxes. Pause the video if you need to, as this is the pre-recorded version, and then we're going to go into the next step. So the next step is I need you to put an explicit goal in the week in the top box for me. So you're not putting 5 to 10 kg. I want an exact number. In the next 12 weeks, how much are you going to lose? Is it going to be 6 kg? So it's 0.5 kg per week. Is it going to be I don't know, 7 kg, 8 kg. What is your goal going to be over the next 12 weeks? Think about it. Don't go over 10 kg because that's unrealistic, but put between 5 and 10 kg. What do you actually want to lose in the next 12 weeks? Write down that number. I want to lose this much in the next 90 days, or I want to lose this much in the next 12 weeks. Okay, that's really important. Once you've got your figure and once you've wrote that down and you're confident that's what you're going to work towards, we're going to look at the 3 pillars: the exercise, the nutrition, and the mindset. So number 1 is all about the exercise. Now there's 2 different parts of the exercise that I need you to really think about. Number one is your daily movement. Now, daily movement is sort of how active you are day to day. If you have an active job, you're up on your feet all the time, or if you have a desk-based job. Now, the one way that we'd like to track this, and the way that's most objective in terms of how we can track this, is by using our step goal. This is why a step goal is spoke about so much, because it's not just about sort of going on a walk every day. It tells you sort of how active you are as a human day to day. And it's a good way to measure it. It's an objective way to measure it. And that's why we use it a lot in our coaching. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. If you want to see some serious results like 5 to 10 kg in the next 12 weeks, you are not going to do that by sitting down all day and getting 2,000 steps in per day. It's just not realistic. You're not going to get there. I'm here to give you the blueprint to get to where you need to be. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that it is. So I'm going to be showing you and giving you suggestions on what you need to put in place. Now, you need your step goal to be realistic. However, you need to be at least aiming for 8,000 steps per day, at least. And as you go through this, you're going to need to be increasing it and sort of trying to aim to hit 10,000 to 11,000 per day after that. This can be a weekly average. Maybe some days are slightly higher, but I would be aiming for every single day to at least hit the 8,000 per day. And then if you top it up slightly more at the weekends, whatever, some days are slightly higher, then it gives you that room and that flexibility to sort of achieve better with your goals still. So it's an amazing place to be. That is, if you manage to do that. And yeah, it just keeps that activity super high. It's going to make your fat loss quicker. You are not going to get there by walking 5,000 steps a day. Okay, your fat loss is going to be a slower process if you want to do it that way. We're not about that here. We're looking at losing that 5 to 10 kg in the next 12 weeks, and that's what we're going to do. Number 2 is you're going to pick workouts. Now, if you are really serious about this journey, you're going to at least need to do 3 workouts per week. You need to write down in that box whether they are going to be at-home workouts, whether they are going to be in the gym workouts. You also need to plan in the days that you're going to train. If you do not plan in the days that you're going to train, it is going to be very impossible for you to do it, especially if you've got things like children, long working hours, a partner you need to consider, a dog you need to walk, rabbits you need to look after, whatever that might be. You need to plan in the days that you're going to train, and you need to put them in your diary and be consistent with it. Do you need to sort out childcare for those days? Do you need to talk to your partner so that they can look after the kids on those days or cook dinner those days? Do you need to make sure that you're leaving work at a certain time on those days? What possible barriers could crop up for you? You need to write them down in that box, because that's when you're going to be showing up. Now, underneath the 3 days that you've wrote, I want you to put down in a little bubble 2 provisional days. Now, these are going to be the 2 provisional days that you've got if, say, one of these days doesn't work out or 2 of these days don't work out. You need to have some backup days of when you're going to put yourself first. But the 3 days that we put in there are the days that you're planning to show up. It's really important, okay? If you're not getting any of these workouts consistently every week, you're not going to see the progress that you want to see. It's about motivation. You need to do it, okay? It just needs to be done. Sometimes it just needs to be done, and that's what I'm here to tell you to do. If you want to see those results, thinking back to your why, you've got to get up and you've got to do it, okay? You've got to have that motivation and ambition to do it. Next step is all about nutrition. We want to get you to where you are by using a sustainable method. We are not using crash diets. If you use a crash diet, yes, you will lose the weight a lot quicker, but I can guarantee come to week 7, week 8, when you give up because you're exhausted, you're tired, you're going to put all that weight back on. We're not about that around here, about the sustainable results. I want you to be able to lose that 10 kg and keep it off for the next 20 weeks. That's what I want you to be able to do. So we're going to put you in a calorie deficit of around 10 to 15%. I always usually start with 10% because I like to keep calories as high as possible. So you need to work out what your maintenance calories are. If you would like some extra support with this, it can be tricky, then make sure you DM me the word calorie and I will help you out. Again, tell me you're from the masterclass so I know that you're from here. But yeah, DM me that and ask me about it if you would like me to help you with that. Obviously, this is the pre-recorded version. If you're live on the session, I can give you some guidance around it if you would like me to. But yeah, have a little check on that and let me know. So work out your maintenance, and then you need to go 10% less. So for example, if my maintenance was 2,200, 10% less than that is 220. So I take that away from it, which leaves me at 1,980. I'm then going to try and track those calories, and I'm going to keep to those calories for at least 2 weeks. Once I've done my 2-week window and I've weighed myself each week, I'm going to see whether my weight has started to decrease. If it has started to decrease, fantastic. I don't need to do anything. I'm carrying on with my journey. I'm trusting the process. If it hasn't, I need to look and reflect. Number 1, have I done everything right so far? Have I got my steps in, my workouts in, and my nutrition in? If I have, fantastic. Number 2, look at your sleep and water intake. Have I got enough sleep? Have I been drinking enough fluids? If the answer is yes, then okay. There might be another reason. Maybe we need to lower your calories or up your activity. That's what you need to be thinking and assessing every single week. It's not about giving up when things don't work. It's about looking at the next steps and what you need to tweak. At the end of the day, fat loss is science. You can always make a tweak or adjustment to make it work for you. This is possible. You can get there, and I am going to make sure that you get there from watching this masterclass. Again, you need any help with this, you DM me the word masterclass and I will help you out. You're from here, you're watching this, you're taking the time to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Third area and the third pillar inside my coaching is all about mindset. I am the biggest advocate for building a strong mindset around your health and fitness. Why? Because mindset is the thing that helps stick to it. All of these things that are put in place are fine when we're feeling motivated. When we're not motivated, that's when the mindset needs to show up, and it's so important. These are some of the things that I've done over the years to really work on my mindset. My mindset now is the strongest that it's ever been. My mindset is the most determined. I'm the most confident in myself that I've ever been. I'm the most driven that I've ever been in terms of my health, fitness, business, whatever that might look like. And these are some of the things that I've put in place to really, really help me. Daily journaling. Lots of people laugh this off and they think, oh, what is daily journaling? Honestly, it's something I swear by, something I live by. Thinking about what you are grateful for in the day, some of your intentions for the day are really effective tools. What you're going to let go of if you're worried or stressed about anything. And you might be thinking, how on earth does this link to health and fitness? But trust me, it does, because having that strong mindset really impacts how we move forward and really impacts our thought process around our lifestyle, ourselves, how we view ourselves. If we have that respect for ourselves and we're viewing ourselves in such a positive light, we are going to show up for ourselves and get that workout in, because we do respect ourselves and want ourselves to do well. Number 2 is habit tracking. If you've got habits like drinking water, journaling, going on walks, tracking these habits is such a rewarding way of doing it. Draw them out, box out your days of the week and tick them off every time you do it. It's so rewarding. We're like big kids. You tick it off, you think you feel great about it, you feel rewarded about it. Okay, get that down, get that done. Things like deep breathing when we feel anxious or stressed or overwhelmed. All of these little tools, mindset tools, are so important. There are so many out there. If you would like any more help with the mindset side of things, again, DM me the word Masterclass and we can go over that, explain what you're struggling with, and we will look at that together. Mindset is so important though. Don't underestimate the impact of mindset alongside nutrition and workouts to achieve the goals that you actually want to achieve. Now, this is something I wanted to cover because this is, again, linking to that mindset. What about when it all goes wrong? Because it will. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like, there will be weeks that go wrong. There'll be weekends that are hard. There'll be events that are going on. You are still going to have social events in January, February, and March. So what about when it all goes wrong? What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're not going to do, which is throw the towel in. We're going to put things in place to make sure it does start going right. So what could we do when we go wrong on this journey? What are the potential barriers we could have? What could get in our way? So what we're going to do is think ahead about the potential barriers that we could have. So thinking about potential meals out that could happen, thinking about potential events that might crop up, thinking about feeling tired from work. What are we going to do when these things happen? And my number one thing that I say to people is when we do go off track, and this is the best tool that you can have in your pocket at any situation, do not wait till Monday to get back on track again. Start the next day. Start the next meal. If you go out for breakfast and you feel like you've eaten too much, okay, it doesn't mean you need to write out the day. Listen to your body, start back in the evening. When you're hungry again, have something healthier. If you've been on a night out and you drank too much alcohol on Saturday, don't write off Sunday, get back on track, go to the gym. Even if it's a rubbish session, get yourself there, drink your water, get back to routine, okay? You've got to get back to things as soon as you can. Stop waiting till Monday. That mindset of waiting till Monday is the most toxic mindset you can have, because I'm telling you now, Monday never ever comes. Or you will stay on track for a week, and then as soon as you're off track the next week, it writes off the whole week again. You can't do that, guys. You've got to have this mindset of getting back on track as soon as you can. Think of those potential barriers ahead of time and tell yourself you're going to forgive yourself if they do crop up, and if you do fail, you're going to get back on track straight away. You're going to realize that you're only human and it's okay, and you're going to realize that actually you're doing all of these other things which are amazing, so you're still walking in the same direction. That barrier just may have slowed you down a little bit that week, and it's absolutely fine. So stop stressing. You're going to be fine. Get back on track. That's the main thing you need to think about if things do go wrong. Now, planning for it, like we said, it will reduce those stress levels if we have that mindset of allowing these things to happen if they happen, not being angry or mad at ourselves. It makes us nice and calm, and we continue with where we want to be. Now, I'm just going to show you another example of my client, Chloe, because she's absolutely amazing. She's one of the most hardworking people I know. She's got 2 little children. She works as well. She's looking after, obviously, her partner as well, because she's at home. She's a busy mom, but she's still managed to smash it. I can tell you, she's had weeks that have not been easy for her. She's had weeks where the kids have been ill. She's been ill, where she's been working long hours. She's had weeks where they haven't been perfect, but I know that Chloe has literally rolled out of bed at 5 a.m. to do a workout in her pajamas because she's in that determined to get it done. And that just shows you, even when push comes to shove, and even when shit hits the fan and life is difficult, it's easy to start, it's easy to show up like that. Chloe actually managed to lose 11.9 kg in just 16 weeks, which is absolutely amazing. She's still on her journey with me. We're aiming to keep going and keep losing the weight that she wants to lose, and I can't wait for that end point with her. But as you can see, the progress is amazing. She's feeling fitter, healthier. She's got got a routine in place that she loves. She thrives from exercise and routine now, and she's just feeling overall amazing. Now, what can we do to help ourselves keep accountable with goals that we want to achieve? Accountability is key, and you need to get an accountability buddy, whether that's inside of your coaching program, like my program, Coach Christy. We have a big community of ladies inside there that are just amazing and support each other all the time. I'm always sharing things on my story around that. What can you do if you don't have that? Get a friend in place to help you, get your partner to help you, get your mum, your sister, your brother. There must be someone out there that you can tell your goals to. You're going to go away from this meeting, you're going to tell them exactly where you've been, show them the goals that you've got, and explain your why. Why do you want to achieve these things? That's your first point of call. Tell them to keep you accountable. Tell them to call you out. If you're eating something that you shouldn't be eating, or if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, get them to call you out and say, why are you doing this thing? What is the point of you doing this thing? It's really important that you're looking into these different areas and you're getting that accountability from somewhere, because if it was just me, I would find it really tricky to be able to do that. I need that accountability from somewhere. That's why personally I've hired a business coach, because at the minute my growth is my business, and I need that accountability from somebody to tell me that I've got to do these things and keep me on track when I feel like I can't be bothered. So we all wanted to go away from here with an actionable plan, which I'm hoping you guys have now got from your toolkit and your roadmap that you're putting in place. And these are the next steps that I really want you to take. I really want you to put these things in place. So you need to go away from this and reflect on the forms that you filled out and the ideas that you filled out and your roadmap and blueprint that you've put in place. If you've got to need any help from this, you're going to be messaging me the word masterclass, and you're going to be asking me any questions that you want to from watching this video, which I will help you with. I'm more than happy to help you with. Like I said, you've given up your time to watch this video, and I want to help as many people as possible to be able to achieve this and see the results that they want to see. And then you're going to aim for growth next year. I want to see you smashing your goals in January. I want to see you tag me in your post in 12 weeks time with the transformation that you've done and with the transformation that you've put in place. Now, I've also got loads of freebies to give you guys inside of here. So if you would like any of these, DM me or message me on WhatsApp, whatever you want to do afterwards, and I'll send you over the freebies. So I've got the Fitness Christmas Blueprint, which is a guide around navigating fitness at this time of year, especially with all the social events and occasions. I've got an ultimate guide to nutrition around your busy 9 to 5. So if you're a busy worker and you're just not sure where to go with nutrition, then yeah, message me that. I've got a handful of recipes as well, which I can send over for you, and you can have a little look at and have a play around with, basically. So yeah, lots of freebies. Also, try not to cover my face. Before we go, I'm going to shout out and give you a bit of an insight into an offer that I'm going to be launching, starting up tonight, starting up properly tomorrow. I am opening up my doors to my New Year plan in 2025 this next week, which is exciting. Doors are closed for December now, not taking on any more clients in December, but I will be opening my doors for the New Year plan for the new year. And this week there's actually going to be an early bird offer, which is going to save you 25% off the Fat Loss Blueprint, the 90-day Fat Loss Coaching Blueprint. Now 25% off is a massive saving. However, I appreciate you've took the time to watch this masterclass. I appreciate that you took the time to be here today. So there's going to be a masterclass exclusive, which again I can only run for this first initial week. So this has to end by Sunday this week, which will get you 35% off my program for the 90 days heading into the new year. So if you would like to see and hear a little bit more around that, the prices, how it all works, DM me the word masterclass straight after this, and I'll tell you a little bit more around what that is, what the offers are, and yeah, I can help you basically. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching the pre-recorded, I really appreciate it, and would love any feedback that you guys have got. And I'm super excited for you to continue to smash your next year, and I'm super excited for you to continue to thrive into 2025 and really get to where you need to be. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.